everyone, it's Laurie from Cook Scrap Craft. Welcome to the last scrapbook process video of the month. It's the last Wednesday of the month, which means it's time for Off the Board with Pineapple Papers. Every month on the last Wednesday of the month, a group of scrapbookers does a hop, and we each take inspiration from our own personal Pinterest boards. So if you want to find out who else is participating this month, just follow the links down below in the description box. And I hope you enjoy watching everyone else's process videos, seeing what they're inspired by, and getting inspired to go onto your own Pinterest boards, whether it's a scrapbook themed board or not. You never know what you might find to inspire you on a scrapbook layout. I was, of course, inspired by a scrapbook layout that you see up in the corner. It's a 2-pager. However, I'm only making it into a 1-page. The part of this, I mean, obviously I liked the whole thing. I think this was actually a kit that you could purchase on Etsy or something. I'll try to have it linked down below if you want to look at it in more detail, or I guess maybe purchase the kit for yourself. But I liked the 2-pager. However, I didn't have all those enough photos to make a 2-page layout. So I had these 4 photos from when I repainted my daughter's bedroom. And I thought that it would be good to just take the right-hand side of this layout and make it a single page. So that's what I'm going to do. I've got a 4x6 photo that I am matting on some pattern paper right now. And that's going to be the main focus because it's the biggest. And then the other ones I'm going to cut down. First, I cut them down to 4x4, and it seems a little big. I thought it seemed a little big. As I do it, you tell me what you think. I ended up cutting them down to 3x3, so it makes them a little bit smaller, and I actually think it makes it, especially since this is a single page, I think it makes it just a little bit more compact for a single page. If I had been doing the full 2-page, I might have kept them as 4x4. I don't know how to explain it, but like visually in my head, it makes sense to have them 4x4 size with a second page next to it. But since there was no second page, I made them smaller. That's what I did. I'm not using a tag as is shown in the picture there. I'm using a cut apart from, I think, Paige Evans, a Simple Stories. I think it was Simple Stories Flea Market pattern paper. So I'm going to use that to kind of layer on top of the paper or layer on top of the photo and also do my journaling there. I also have a piece from, I think it's Chamel, Main Character Energy, that says beautiful. And I'm going to use that going over the photo as part of the title. The background blue paper is, I believe, Heidi Swap. And then the stripy paper, is that a plaid? I never know. The stripy rainbow paper, I think, is a Paige Evans. And those were pieces from my December haul. If you want to see the December haul video, I'll try to remember to link it below. Otherwise, it's on the channel and you can find lots more haul videos, process videos, and layout shares on the channel as well. If you are a returning subscriber, welcome back and thanks so much for watching again. If you are new to the channel or you just haven't yet hit that subscribe button, please consider doing so that you don't miss out on other process videos and scrapbooky stuff that's going to be going on, especially as we start a new year for 2024. What else can I tell you? I think that's about it. I think I've hit it. Oh, and if you're liking this video, give it a thumbs up. Thank you so much. So here's where I'm cutting down the photos. Unfortunately, I cut down a lot of the photo. So these are photos from just me taking pictures. I think they were screenshots from, I shared them in my Instagram stories as I was painting my daughter's bedroom, just giving updates throughout the day. So obviously there's a lot of photo in the full 4x6 photo, and I did have to cut some of it down in order to make these all fit. So one of them, I actually ended up cutting off the timestamp that had been put on it, and I'm like, oh, I guess that's fine. I think I still get you get the gist of what's going on and what's happening here. You can still see how some of it's painted blue and some of it's green, and really, I probably didn't even need 2 of those photos. I could have just done a before and after with the 4x6 where it's all green and a 4x6 where it's all blue. But then I wouldn't have been able to use this scrapbook layout as inspiration. So this is what I'm doing and I'm sticking with it. The paper that I'm using to go behind is actually paper from scrapbook.com. It was a paper pad, again, part of my December haul, and you could use it. I think it's, what was the size? 6x8 maybe? Maybe it was a little bit smaller. It wasn't 6x6. It was rectangular, but it wasn't 6x8. Now I can't remember. 5x7? I don't remember. But it's pretty cool, and it's great for card making, obviously, because it's a smaller size. But I like using it to mat my photos, and I thought the colors of it went pretty well with the colors that were on the background papers. There's some blue on both the light blue on the 12x12, and then there's blue stripes in that rainbow paper. So that's just kind of what I pulled. The big picture is matted on a darker blue, and then the smaller pictures are all matted on that same kind of tealy blue. I guess it's more of an aqua blue white pattern. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So I'm just starting to lay everything down. The process of painting my daughter's room did take me all day. I put on the last photo that I was going to do a second coat the next day. I never did. Did it need it? Probably. I didn't do what's it called? I didn't do a primer coat first because I was painting a darker color over the green. It's pretty dark. It wasn't like I was trying to do a pastel pink over the green. So, and also I was trying to save money and cut down on time because my daughter's new mattress and her new bed were also here. And I'm like, we can't put those up until I paint. So I spent a whole Friday just painting the walls, and it is quite a job. I'm glad that her bedroom is not all four walls. So there are like two small walls, and then there's a big wall, but it's got two windows on it. So there's not a whole lot of area to cover there. And then the other wall has the door and a closet. And I did not paint inside the closet. The closet still has old wallpaper in it. The last time I painted this room, I just left the wallpaper because I was like, I don't really care. And we're just leaving the wallpaper again this time because it's like a closet, and the closet doors are closed most of the time. So nobody's really going to be going in to see that. So that's my tip. If you've got a room like that, don't worry about painting the closet. Just paint the walls. And if you're doing it yourself, maybe invest in like a good tarp or something. We used to have one, and I don't quite know what happened to it, but I used old towels and old sheets as my like drop mats for this painting experience. Could I have called somebody in to paint? Yes, of course I could, but I don't mind doing it. It's just, it is a lot of work, and going up and down the ladder is like, woo, not great for my equilibrium so much anymore. Anyway, I'm putting the title down. It's beautiful new color, and the new color words are using the scrapbook.com alpha stickers. They're sort of pinky with polka dots, but they have other colors too. I have the blue ones as well, and I know they also make them in yellow. Really great, like springtime colors. So if you're going to be getting ready to scrapbook some spring photos in the new year, or maybe you're going to be scrapbooking last year's spring photos, I would recommend those colors of alphas. They're really nice. I'm just putting the journaling down here on the spot that I also matted with a yellow pattern paper from that scrapbook.com paper pad. And after I film this, I'm going to go back and check the date of when these photos were taken. So in that sort of tabby bit that's on top of the cut apart, that's where I'm going to put the date for these photos. Now, I don't have anything specific in terms of embellishments that go with painting. I did have some Simple Stories chipboard stickers that were like crafty themed, but they didn't have any paintbrushes or anything in them. I guess if they did, I'd already used them for something. So no big deal. I'm just going through the Simple Stories flea market sticker book, and I'm finding pieces that are like furniture, because this is taking place in the house in my daughter's bedroom. So I was like, furniture could go, and the colors are pretty similar. So that's what I'm going with, right? So I'm just like looking for little places that I can stick different embellishments. I really like the sofa underneath the title down at the bottom, and the little tab up on top of the 4x6 photo. I was trying to put a sticker on each photo. So it's sort of like I was creating, each thing gets its own little cluster. And then because I don't have a whole lot of stickers, I'm going to break out my scrapbook.com Pops of Color. If you saw the haul video as well, you know that I got the rose color of scrapbook.com Pops of Color. They're like Nuvo drops, if you don't know what I'm talking about. And they work just as well and don't get as cloggy as the Nuvo drops do. So that's something that I like about them. And what I also like is that I use them like in place of enamel dots. I know I've said this before, but if you haven't watched any of my videos before, you wouldn't know that. So I use them like enamel dots. So it's kind of fun to try to do like small little dots and then make bigger sizes, which is what I eventually end up doing. So it's kind of fun to add that little bit of mixed media and kind of control the sizing of the pieces. And then it's really fun to see just how they add some dimension and help build out embellishment clusters once they're dried. I like using this mixed media in this way. Though I will say you do have to be careful because when you're turning a paper like this, you're putting the dots all over, top and bottom. Just be careful that you don't smudge. That color there that I'm using is sort of like a multicolored glitter. It's a little more silvery, but it does have like some reds and I don't know, other colors in it. I can't remember. I think it might be called confetti, actually. But yeah, I like scrapbook.com because they have matte colors and they have glitter colors of these things. So if you order from scrapbook.com and you want something that's different from Nuvo drops, you can definitely pick up those. They're called Pops of Color. And I'm just adding some pops of color here and there in different sizes, just creating little embellishments or little clusters of 3 for each of those. So here are the close-ups. This one was really fast and quick and easy, and I hope that it was inspiring for you and that you follow along with everybody else on today's hop. And I will see you in the new year. Happy scrapping.